2025 CR 0000107 State versus Joe Cantu. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense.
Warren Wolf for Mr. Cantu.
And are you Mr. Cantu?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Cantu, did you review the document entitled Application for Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Cantu, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And did you sign it in all the appropriate places? You're charged with arson of a habitation or a place of worship. That's a first-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
I did.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement, counsel. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
I have.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He
The
has.
court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I did.
According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is assessed at 8 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. State recommends community supervision. There's to be restitution, if any, to Diane Ellison. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
State, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
I did.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Counsel, are there been any such motions?
No.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 8 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 200 hours of community service restitution, no harmful or injurious contact with Diane Ellison, and mental health evaluation. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Do you know contest, miss?
State, any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State exhibit number 1 with all of its attachments.
No objection.
State, have you contacted the complainant?
The complainant is actually in the courtroom today, Your Honor. It's his mother.
All
That's
right.
Diane Ellis.
All right, thank you. And state, you may be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Did you review the document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it?
The paper with the police report. Yes, ma'am.
And state, you're offering the stipulations, correct?
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
yes, Your Honor. State exhibit number 1 with this attachment.
And did you understand, again, you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
I understand.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Judge, there's a request for a TAP evaluation. I don't know if you wanted to have that.
All right. So do you wish to proceed with sentencing?
We can,
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
yes. Mr. Cantu has some severe mental health issues.
Okay.
Bipolar, schizophrenic. He's in the process of applying for SS benefits. It's unfortunate, the timing of all of this, because his mom, she's the lady with the mask on.
Okay, all right.
She
Thank you.
was dealing with her husband's illness,
Mhm.
and he passed away recently.
Okay,
So she was dealing with that and she couldn't help, and her son wasn't there to be there for her during that time, during the funeral. It really weighed on the family. There were some other cases that were also filed, but those have all been disposed of in other courts. So
Mhm.
there's nothing other than this case that's pending. All those other cases were dismissed. Affidavits of non-prosecution were filed by mom.
May I say something?
Just wait.
sure.
Just wait. One second. Let me finish.
Yes.
So I was able to get some of the paperwork from his mom showing the medications that he had been prescribed. And he was off those meds at the time that all of this happening. Our hope, and I wanted to thank the prosecutor, took all of that into consideration. And that's the reason he added those recommendations of mental health evaluation. And it's our hope that he be placed under the McMyoff unit to make sure that he's getting medication. He is indigent, I'm a court appointed, to make sure that he's getting assistance to get the medications that he needs. His mother is here in his support. She'll make sure that he gets to whatever appointments that he has to get to. I know there's an issue of community service hours. There's a fine so that is recommended. As I said, I'm court appointed. I'm concerned about paying for whatever medications that he needs. Hopefully he'll get it on Social Security, but I know that's a hard road and there's a lot of delays with that. So to take that, the financial constraints into consideration.
All right, there was something you wanted to say?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Since I was 12, I've been helping take care of my parents. And with my dad passing, given the circumstance, I didn't get to say goodbye. And I don't want to make the same mistake when my mother, her pass away, and when because of my legal issues, me being incarcerated and not being able to say my final farewells, or at least given the chance to take care of her, as I did with my dad in this last years of his life. And I don't want to make the same mistake with my mom.
Okay, let me ask you this. When all of this happened, was your dad alive?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to find you guilty. There's a $2,000 fine that will be probated.
Thank you, Judge.
8 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 8 years. Restitution, if any, to Diane Ellison. There's to be no in-person contact with Diane Ellison. 200 hours of community service restitution.
Judge, I just, no in-person or no harm.
No in-person contact. Once he is stabilized and I deem he is stabilized, then he can have contact. I may change it, but for now, there's to be no in-person contact. So you can speak to her on the phone. You all can have video conferences. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, 200 hours community service restitution. The court is going to order anger management. Once he completes anger management, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied.
Judge, he did take a course in the jail.
I completed the anger management course before.
All right, you have to tender that to probation, and then I'll make a decision on whether or not I'll find that as satisfied.
Understood.
There's to be proof of employment at SSI within 45 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors.
Yes, ma'am.
There's to be McMyoff eval in custody. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person.
Yes, ma'am.
Regular random UAs.
Yes, ma'am.
There's to be a TAP evaluation in custody. There's to be no contact with minors. And again, that will change once you're stabilized and I deem that you're doing well, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And there's going to be a referral to mental health court. State,
Yes, Judge.
on this case, if mental health court accepts him, are you open to doing a motion for new trial? Because they won't accept if the person has been found guilty.
I'd have to take that advisement, Judge. I mean, he has sort of a little bit of a record, so we just, that's just concerning. But I mean, we would take it under.
All right, so what we'll do is we'll do a referral to mental health court. And then if they accept him, then you all can make that decision at that time.
Okay, good.
So I'll do a referral to mental health court. Mental health court will be able to have a more intensive supervision of you and have more contact with you.
Understood.
I'm limited in the resources that I have,
Yes, ma'am.
but the only way you're allowed in mental health court
Mhm.
is if You don't have this as a conviction
Understood.
or on probation for it. They do, they will take you on. And then if you complete everything, it's their form of a pretrial diversion.
May I ask a question, miss?
Sure.
You said no contact with minors. I help take care of my nieces and nephews, and I mentor to them, and I read them the Bible and teach them about church and things like that.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
So I'm gonna have to wait until you deem
Yes.
otherwise.
Yes.
Understood.
All right. Probation, is there anything else that's needed? Is there any, field visits? One time per month until further notice. All right, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
I think you did pretty good, miss.
All
Thank
right,
you.
so in this court, to be successful, communication is key.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you're having an issue, come to me, let me know if probation is not addressing it, okay?
Okay,
I want you to be successful at this. They want you to be successful.
me too.
All right. All right, good luck to you. I'm sorry, did you review the trial court certification of defendants' rights to appeal with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it?
I do.
All right, because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Understood.
All right, good luck to you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
If you
Thank
need
you.
anything, I'm serious. Let your probation officer know.
Yes,
If you
ma'am.
feel as though they're not addressing the issue, you can always come back here, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, miss.